Welcome to Geeks Corner. I'm Mr. Daps.
I'm Katie.
And we are so excited that you're here. And we are back. Well, I am back from the Pixar Place Hotel, which had its grand opening today after a 3-year reimagining. And Indy is with us tonight, too.
He's very excited about being here tonight.
He's very something. I don't know what's going on.
I don't know what it is either.
But yes. So, Katie, what should people do?
You should go into the chat and tell us how stinking cute this little man is. He doesn't make appearances on the main show very often, but just look at that cute little man.
That is
He's
very
my
true.
Cute little baby. So yeah, go into the chat, say nice things. Also engage with the conversation about the Pixar. The new reimagining. That'd be really fun.
Pixar Place Hotel. Yes, which I just got back from a couple hours ago, and I thought for what's on Mr. Daps' desk tonight, I would do something different and show you what I got today. First off, my media credential, which those are always fun, and I have them hanging all over the place.
Yes.
After a while, there's not enough room in one place.
Correct.
But we also were given little tote bags.
Swag.
I guess not
stuff we all get.
That's fun.
That's a reference to The Office.
So this is one side of the bag.
Oh, that's cute.
But I like the other side actually in some ways better because it's got the logo.
Oh,
and I love the sketch of the lamp and the ball. Like it's kind of modern and I don't know. I just think it's very fun. So inside of this, first off, it was actually funny because I didn't look what was in this until I was just about to leave.
Oh,
I did.
I was like, ooh, is this like an unboxing?
But one of my media reps was there because we were figuring out how to get out of parking. And so she's like, well, is it in your bag? And I looked and I saw something that I didn't realize was in there and it was fun. So I'll get to that in a minute. First off, hat with the logo, which is gorgeous. I kind of wish it was black, but other than that, very cool. Just because I get white hats dirty a lot. So there's that. Then
good hat.
Very good hat. Then a opening day, January 30th, 2024, Pixar.
Is it like a button?
Bing Bong. I think it's a pin. Maybe it's a button. Oh, it is a button.
Bing Bong.
Pixelated because it's the entering into the process or the adventure, and then it gets cleaned up and sharpened as things move forward. Yes, just
Would you like to see it too?
There you go.
Here, we can look at this one together, Bubba.
Then there is a pin. This is what I thought it was, but I love this one too. It's the Pixar Place logo pin. Sorry, it's kind of far away, but very cute. Did you want to see it?
I just love that logo.
And then this is what I saw when I opened the bag.
What did he see? We're gonna see what
socks. Aren't they awesome? Like, I kind of wish I'd had them before because I would have worn them to the event today because it had kind of gone with my tie. Right?
That's amazing.
Yeah. So,
those are good.
I thought it was a very fun swag bag, and so does Indy apparently.
Did you like what Dad got?
Yeah, those socks were very fun.
That's
all right.
Amazing.
Let's hop into the day. First off, Bing Bong was the big surprise guest at the opening ceremony for the Pixar Place Hotel. And this ceremony included the one of the Disneyland ambassadors, Ken Potrock, the Disneyland Resort president, who had some... I actually really liked what he had to say because there was a point where he talked about really trying to make things win-win. And I just have always appreciated approaching scenarios from a win-win situation.
Mm-hmm.
And
even when it's a no-win situation,
especially when it's the no-win situation. But he, thank you, buddy. But he was talking about that. He's surprisingly, I don't know, surprisingly, but he's very witty. Like the things he was saying and how he said them was very enjoyable. And we've got the full ceremony up on the YouTube, so you can check that out if you really want to. But then he introduced Pete Docter, who is
fun.
Director of Inside Out. He's the chief creative officer of Pixar Animation Studios.
He's like the Pixar guy.
I think he's just awesome. Like he's a person I would love to just sit down and chat with and interview about nothing in particular and just see where it goes.
Well, you know where I would like to chat with Pete Docter more than anything?
Geeks Corner.
Yes, that is. So that wasn't what I was going to say.
Oh,
but Pete Docter, you are always
Yes.
Indiana will also welcome you. We
Yeah.
can put him in an Inside Out hat.
We're teaching him to like hats. We'll see.
Yeah.
Anyway, where'd you like to meet him?
Where I would most love is the secret office at Lamplight Lounge.
Oh, that would be cool.
With Pete
That would be cool.
Doctor. I would just have
Mhm.
I would just have a blast.
Yes.
I think that would be a really great time.
He's chewing on my finger.
I think that he is very interested
Yeah.
in hands tonight.
Yeah. You just want
He's been
all
trying,
the Pixar Place Hotel
he's
stuff.
been trying to eat one of our hands.
Yes, he has. No, but so that led to that. And then after a few words and congratulating people, Pete Docter invited his Pixar friends to come out. So a bunch of characters come out and surround the stage and make sure that doesn't get too close to the candle. Safety first. But
It's true.
But they all came out on the stage, and then he's like, wait, we don't have one, or something like that. And at that point, Joy brings out Bing Bong.
Joy brought Bing Bong.
Joy went and got Bing Bong, and it was very cute. And he came out, and they had like dancers with these like ball things that were like core memories, like the.
That's amazing.
And happy music and all of that fun stuff. And so the so that was kind of like the big culmination moment thing. And then they have the confetti go off, because it's not a good Disney event unless there's confetti, in my opinion. I mean, there are good events, but that's like
streamers.
Yes.
Confetti or streamers.
Well, I think it was actually the streamer things that look like the long paper things.
I like pretty colors that go poof.
Yeah, it was very cool. But then that wasn't the end of it, because they started it with like a stage manager talking to Edna Mode, and she was talking about how she had to move the big the lamp and the ball, the Pixar ball,
as Edna Mode does,
into the lobby, and it hadn't been done yet, and so she needed help. So obviously Mr. and Mrs. Incredible and Frozone came out on stage, and she asked for help, and then they go and they are going to go do that. And what it also meant is that when we walked in right after the event, the ceremony, they had all of the characters up on that like second level around, kind of in that balcony, like waving and whatever. And then you could see for the first time the lamp and the Pixar ball. And that was a very cute, fun moment that was clearly like it had, I think, the desired effect. And it was
that's amazing.
It was Disney magic, and so then we got to do like tours of everything. But I do see the question, did Bing Bong smell like cotton candy? I'm going to say yes, because he has to. Like, I don't know. I actually met him later outside where he's going to be meeting with guests daily. And I will flat out say I was so caught up in the moment, I have no clue what happened, because there was a lot going on. Like, we were getting to meet Bing Bong between like television hits.
Okay.
So he's like, I'm going to go on TV right now. And then we'd have a few minutes and we get to like, people could line up and meet him.
I'm just going to put this out there.
Yeah. You want Bing Bong on the corner too?
Okay. Yeah, sure.
Okay. Yeah.
I would also like Bing Bong, but I don't know if this is a PSA. I don't know if this is a health and safety announcement. Please don't walk up to Bing Bong and shove your nose into his.
Keep your nose to yourself.
Like,
and he'll do the same thing.
If you can smell him from here, totally cool. When Lotso goes by, I can smell strawberries. Neato. Please don't put your sniffer.
Yeah, I just don't remember. Like maybe somebody else online did, but I can't remember. Anyway, he's gonna be meeting people. I predict this is going to be one of those magical things about Pixar Place Hotel that people are just going to geek out about,
100%.
and it will be a busy thing. And I'm curious to see how that evolves, because he's basically just out on the yard in the backyard on the third level. And so I'm curious if it stays that way, or does it become like an activity thing where you like get to do stuff with him, or is it always just meet and greet? I don't know. Like, there's a lot of possibilities for what Bing Bong could do and be. And
I just don't. It scares me to have Bing Bong and his little like imagination cart thing,
The wagon.
the wagon,
Mhm.
because I saw Inside Out. Okay, take her to the moon for me. I have not forgotten.
Mhm.
I don't think that we should be going anywhere near like
But we're in the Pixar
trains of thought.
theme park universe now, so it's
Oh, the TPEU?
I guess.
Wait, no, the Pixar theme park, the PTPEU?
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, whoa!
The one-
I didn't know we were there.
The one I just made up.
No, and that is something that's always very magical about Disneyland is you get to see
Characters in their prime.
Belle and her beast in love and Rapunzel with long blonde hair and all of these things. It's very hard for me to look at Bing Bong and not feel just like a little bit of sadness. Right
Maybe this will change that. But so I should really back up though. And the day started at like 7:50, 45, something like that. And I parked in the Pixar Place Hotel's parking structure right behind it. And I almost did. And then you walk in through the back, which they've completely redone, and it looks fantastic. And then you walk in, and it basically, as you're walking down this hallway into the lobby, if you remember before, the hallway was just a hallway, and it was kind of tight, it was kind of cramped, and it wasn't really a whole lot to write home. There was like some fun artwork, and there was like I think there was a place to watch cartoons and stuff. But now, as you're going down the hallway, you're now seeing basically the projection or the process of creating characters through the history of Pixar. So it starts very pixelated on the outside, both front and back. And then there's some like sketch work that's very rough as you're first walking in that are just kind of lines and shapes. And then they develop into line work characters and then to digital characters. And then when you get to the main lobby, it's like full on artwork and portraits of these characters, which I thought was a really ingenious way to tell the Pixar story from a completely different way. The other thing, for those who have been in the old Paradise Pier Hotel, you remember everything was kind of small and cramped. When you walk in now, everything is wide open, big, and I was with people throughout the day that I know have been to this place multiple times, and they got confused by where they were in the lobby or in the bottom floor. To the point where I walked in, and my first thought as I walked down the hall was, how'd they move the elevators? They didn't. But the way they moved things around, my first thought was they somehow moved the elevators. And how in the heck could they do that?
So it's me and Avengers Campus.
And it's much more open. There's a lot of space to walk around. Everywhere you go, there's going to be something to look at. And then there's that kind of the lobby with the desk, like check-in desk area. But there's also the entrance lobby from the front. And that's same space, but it feels so much happier now because there's like almost like they're figures of different Pixar characters that are hanging from above, and they're above the Pixar lamp and the ball. And but they're also very much the earlier part of the animation process where they're kind of rough sketches and shapes as opposed to like fully fleshed out characters. And that whole area is connected to the music. And so the music then basically creates a light show. So like you might walk in and the room's red at one point, or it's blue, or like, because it all connects with the music, and the music is streaming. So if you want to hear it, you can just look up Pixar Place Hotel soundtrack on, Spotify or Apple Music. It's very enjoyable. I've been listening to it for about a week. But it's all connected. And then through the lobby, as you go back into where you would check in, there's different portraits of different characters, and those actually interact with the music and kind of highlight the different characters whose music is being played as well. Another fun thing, speaking of characters, we can go on all night, but I won't. In Pixar Place, when they picked pictures of characters, they really tried to capture their aha moment. So it's when is that moment where they have that aha and they realize.
Oh, that makes me want to go back and like look.
And you could literally spend, and they actually were talking about, I got to interview some of the Imagineers and creatives from Pixar, and they were talking about going through these movies and trying to find that exact moment and piece of art to capture that aha moment so that they could then bring it here.
That's
And
magical.
yeah, it really was. And that was super cool. They were also talking about how some of the older stuff was really tiny files. So they basically had to they had to make new programming script to take, a little tiny thing from way back when and make it something that they could put on a big wall
Because like not to be this person, but some Pixar movies are older than me.
Yeah. Yeah.
By like 2 years.
Yeah. But it was very fascinating to hear the process that it went through over the course of 3 years, 3-ish, a little bit more. And a lot of it at the beginning was Zoom, and then it's progressed since then.
Mhm.
And that was like my big takeaway of everything as you walk around is it all feels bigger, it feels happier, it feels more magical. The rooms feel like I didn't think the rooms were small before, but I
No.
didn't feel they were big either.
Okay.
They're rooms, and the rooms really felt open and airy and comfortable. And so I give them a hat tip to that as well. Uh, the entertainment and the music is fantastic too. So the music is what you hear, and they've got the lights going on, and you can stream that. But they also have Joe Gardner from Soul playing in the stairwell just off the lobby, like to the left. And
Okay.
he's going to be on select days. And he was playing when I walked in at 7:50, which I don't know that many jazz pianists that like to be playing that early in the morning, but good for him.
That's magical.
And it really was. And
What was he playing?
um he was playing random jazz songs. I don't remember the song he played.
Okay.
Um
So it was jazz, like it's not Disney.
the only stuff that he played that was Disney jazz would have been from Soul.
Oh,
So
okay.
we have a video of him playing, like he started playing It's All Right while I was across the lobby. So you kind of get a tour of the lobby that ends with the second half of the song with him playing It's All Right. And that was pretty cool. And but like he sang some, like, or he didn't sing, he played some stuff I recognized from like Bing Crosby.
That's
And then as
awesome.
he was playing, he would be he'd be like interacting with those that were watching and being like kind of talking about things he talked to, I think, with his students, if we were to pull it from the movie. And it really, I mean, it was nice, one, to see a second person in the hotel wearing a trilby. And and
Wow. Yeah. That
two, I liked the detail that he had his
his
briefcase thing.
briefcase.
Like you didn't need it, but it was one of those little extra Disney magical touches, and it was leaned perfectly against the piano, so it just felt right. Like,
Well, and there's his Metro card and his sucker
yeah,
are
are
also
all
on
on
the
that.
piano,
Yeah,
correct?
yeah. And so those were good little details too. And then he's surrounded by artwork as well. So like right behind him where he's playing, they have like line art of the jazz band. And then it was all the Jerry's as you're going up the staircase. And like it was one of those things, and I think I'm forgetting, but there was like light fixtures that I think might have been kind of music note related, if I were to guess. And I think the staircases, I could be just making this up, but they might have been reminiscent of piano keys. Like not completely like in your face, but lots of like
I want them
subtle
to be
detail.
real piano keys so that I can go to the Pixar Place Hotel and reenact Big.
That would be very cool.
Just me hopping up and down the stairs.
Exactly. That would actually be very fun. There are 16 like little silhouettes, I guess you could say, in the floor throughout the hotel of different characters.
What's your favorite?
To find probably the truck, the Toy Story truck.
Obviously.
Then there was also like in the rooms, they have the floor is, if you look closely, has, or the carpets have the Pixar lamp. In the single rooms, the Pixar lamp is on the desk, which was very cool. The suite was very nice. Like it had a lot of space and could be enjoyable. And I think it fit like, I think it was like 5 people.
Wow.
And then if you got, was it 5 or 4? I think it was 4 people in the suite. And then if you got the added room, like added a single to it, you could get 9 people in basically it becomes a 2-room suite then. So that was pretty cool. They're going to have 2 themed suites that will be opening later this year. That'll be upstairs.
Do you know what they'll be themed to?
One was Coco and the other was, I'm forgetting.
That's fair. You've had a long day.
And then they're also going to be opening the Concierge Lounge later this year, which we did have. That's where our first set of interviews were this morning, that went for about an hour. So we got to take pictures of it. We got to interview the Imagineers and the Pixar creatives. There's a ton of details in there. Like I was just snapping as quickly as I could. They weren't letting us video or anything like that in there, but that will have food from Great Maple, which is where we had lunch. And that was very good. Like they kept bringing us different things to try, and everything I tried was good. And I think for people that do Concierge, this is going to be the biggest upgrade for their Concierge, not just the room, because the room is so much better. Like Paradise Pier was not the greatest Concierge. It kind of just felt shoehorned in. But the new one feels very intentional. It is very nice. There's tons of details to go look at. But it will also have Great Maple food, which I think means the food is just going to go through the roof there. And
it also just looked, and I mean, obviously I'm going off of photos and not video. So, but it looked to me that it was very like relaxing.
Yeah.
It, to me, that is something that I want out of,
and the chairs were comfortable. Like that's important to know too.
No, it is, because when you're at Concierge level, you want to have somewhere that is a wind down spot. You want to have somewhere that you can enjoy a snack
or a wind up spot if it's the morning. Like you need to have that. It's
coffee and snacks.
It needs to be a comforting location.
But no, that's good.
And I sat at the chair. I sat on the chair tables.
Okay.
I sat on a couch and I sat on an armchair, and all 3 of them were comfortable.
That's a relief.
And the couch wasn't too deep. Like that was good too. At least I didn't think it was.
Sometimes if you sit in those,
or it's just like if they're too deep, they're almost not comfortable at that point. But
that's true.
So I thought that's going to be a home run, and I think that adds a lot of value. And I think all of the choices they made didn't just add character and magic to this hotel. It really provided purpose and I mean, it's the big picture theme. You expect quality from Pixar, and that's what it is. And that's what it'll continue to be, because they even built it in a way that as more Pixar films come out that people love different characters and moments from, they'll be able to incorporate them into the decorating and the different parts of the hotel. So that's fantastic as well.
I just wanted to say that for the first time last night, I saw the Pixar Place Hotel from California Adventure. And something to me, that's my opinion. I thought Paradise Pier Hotel could look a little jarring from California Adventure. I thought the waves and the coloring stood out.
Didn't necessarily fit. Yeah.
No. I had this like literal stop in my tracks kind of moment, and I was stunned by how gorgeous Pixar Place looked. And I need you guys to understand, I am not saying this because there's a camera on me. Mr. Daps can attest to this happening. I stopped dead in my tracks. I was like, that's beautiful. And while it's beautiful, it also does a very unique thing that's hard to do at the same time, and that is blend in to the park. It like fits.
It just fits.
So you don't think about it. No, it's gorgeous, and I am so glad that we got this revamp. I love it.
I think it's great. All right. If you have questions about Pixar Place Hotel, we will hit those in just a few minutes. But before we do that, you get to see what it looks like to work on any given day with Indiana right next to you. Here's this Indy Cam. He's
That
like,
is
I am asleep.
so real.
Yes.
I
I usually don't leave the audio in, but I felt like that moment needed to happen.
just love you calling him and then him going like, so there's shout out to all my people that know Vines. But there's a Vine of a little girl and they wake her up and they're like, psst. And she wakes up and she's just so disheveled and she goes, what? And that was Indiana.
And he's like, I'm going back to sleep.
He said, anyway, good night.
All right. Finally, today we learned that there's going to be a new nighttime spectacular coming to Tokyo Disneyland, presumably also Tokyo Disney Sea, because you see it from both. There are fireworks involved, which sounds like there are. But there
Looks
will
like it.
be projections on the castle at Tokyo Disneyland. And for the first time ever in a Tokyo Disney show, there will be Marvel characters.
I'm
Sounds like the
interested.
show's going to have Marvel, Pixar, and Walt Disney Animation Studios as a part of this projection, firework, light, music, nighttime spectacular.
I trust Tokyo. If I'm being completely honest, I completely trust Tokyo.
I will say this.
Oh.
This is where I'm very intrigued to see what this is, because the only thing I found underwhelming at Tokyo Disneyland was the fireworks.
Really?
It was 5 minutes. It was fine. There was nothing wrong with it.
Fancy in the sky.
It was shorter than that. It felt like it just like it was quick. It was there was like there was nothing in it that really blew me away. I was like, I liked the theme song because it was so catchy and they were using it everywhere for the 40th. But like every other show was just so over the top and long and big and huge. And then the fireworks are like 5 minutes, here you go. And part of that is Japan in general has a ton of fireworks.
Okay.
So I'm wondering if they just don't try to compete because
Maybe
it's hard. I don't know. But it will be interesting because the way this is being promoted is it's definitely focused on the castle at Tokyo Disneyland and the projections that can come with that. And I'm very curious what that means for Tokyo Disney Sea, because currently they play the music for Sky Full of Colors in both parks.
Okay.
And so you're just watching it, you're listening to it, and they are kind of far off in the distance if you're in the lagoon area for Tokyo Disney Sea. But okay, so 6 minutes and 17 seconds. Thank you, Steve. But it felt short. It felt very short. And so yeah, I'm curious to see, like, do they go to a more like American fireworks show that's
to me that's what
12 to 18 minutes, or is it?
I don't know how you would fit that many studios into 5 minutes.
I don't know. The other thing I think it's interesting
possible,
is you have 2 animated studios and then a live action studio, and that will be interesting. If I were in charge, I would lean into more projections, kind of like we've gotten with Mickey's Mixed Magic, with Disneyland Forever, with Wondrous Journeys. And I don't know exactly how they do that, but maybe they could do that inside the World Bazaar.
Okay.
I don't know. That's what I would do. So I'm curious what that will turn out and what it'll be like. But
who's to say?
I think it'll be fun. And it'll come out on September 20th, which is very soon.
That is very soon.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just excited. Like, honestly, I like new things at theme parks. I think that we live an exciting life that we get to experience new things at theme parks. We've said this before, and I'm going to say it again. I love when other theme parks that are not Disney are doing new and exciting things, because that
it just pushes the bar up higher.
That is where creativity comes from. I mean, there's the infamous story about the Beatles having to get creative and like putting 2 4-tracks together and creating the first 8-track because they were so limited that they actually had to be more creative. I just think that that's interesting. I think that when you have almost limitations, but I just think that there is so much room to be creative and for exciting things to happen. And you know who wins for all of that? Us, theme park fans. So that's my like thing today, is that I'm just like so happy to be a theme park fan. And also you can count how many times I just said like, because I'm tired.
There you go. All right.
It's like a fun game.
Well, it is 9 o'clock, which means it is Geeks Corner plus time. If you have any questions about Pixar Place Hotel, let us know in the comments. We'll stick around for a couple more minutes.
Do you have any questions?
He's actually calmed down finally, so that's a good thing.
Like this,
but
with his paws.
yes,
I don't know if that means he had a question or not.
looks like he's going back to sleep.
Okay,
but
good night.
that is okay. Good for you.
He just keeps looking like he's raising his hand, like, hello.
There you go.
I'd like to ask a question. I'd like to solve the puzzle.
There you go.
He's so cute.
I do predict it's going to be a whole lot harder to get a room now at the former Paradise Pier Hotel, currently Pixar Place Hotel, because I just think it's going to go fast. Are there any movies not represented in the hotel? I don't think so. Like, I was looking around and I saw Dinosaur, The Good Dinosaur.
Okay. Cars 2.
I
mean,
they had all of the Cars like, I'm gonna give the franchise kind of
Luca. I mean, Luca's on the bag.
There was, yeah.
Soul, obviously, Turning Red.
Yep.
Okay.
In the rooms, there was Turning Red art in one of the rooms.
Okay.
I went into.
That's exciting.
I didn't find all 16, and part of that was because people kept putting their bags on them.
That's fair.
I kind of have a general idea of where most of them are, but I do think it would be a fun photo adventure or a video adventure to go and get all of the 16 Pixar characters. And the other challenges is once we got going, I think our first thing was at 8:30 or something. Basically, from then till the time we left, they were just shuffling us around from place to place. So it was kind of we were walking around and be like, oh, there's one, guys. Oh, there's one. So it was just kind of like, I would love to go back in a couple of weeks or months when it's calmed down a little bit, just to have the time to like truly soak it in and listen to it and feel it and look at the art and all of that fun stuff.
Yeah.
And thank you, Doug.
Oh, okay. That's exciting.
But maybe Steve-O and I will do a video adventure of us going and finding the silhouettes.
That sounds like
I couldn't tell you about the hidden Mickeys because I have remained purposely ignorant for years about hidden Mickeys because I just never wanted to become the hidden Mickey guy.
So I'm now announcing my mark.
if you'd like. All right, Steve-O, we're gonna do this.
Hi, Barbara.
I think people would like it. All right. We're running out of time. Katie, what should people do?
You should go to dapsmagic.com. Check out all of the Pixar Place Hotel coverage from today because it is incredible and we just have more coming. Subscribe to our mailing list so you don't miss any of the new things that we are going to go out and do and the fun things that are coming. And also find our Patreon where we do even more fun and cool things, and a lot of them involve the little fella.
That is true. Make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel as well. I am posting up more videos from today, including all of the interviews that we were able to record. I will have different types of coverage for the ones we didn't later, and that will be on dapsmagic.com. And then we have a bunch of other stuff coming, like this Magic Happens parade that will be on our YouTube channel as well. But that is all the time we have for you tonight. So we will see you around the corner.
Bye.